I must tell you something about the geography of this town because it's very important. We are here, in fact, on a hill. And this hill, it's surrounded by 7 hills like Rome or Lisbon. And this hill has a particularity. It climbs till here, where we have a plateau. And this big plateau, climb again, and you will see this climbing this afternoon when you go to Florida, because he is on the hill.
Right.
This plateau was very, very interesting for all the persons who passed here, Romans, Turks, Ottomans, Polish, Ukrainians, Kazakh, all kind of people. And that is why here, in this particular place, we say that is the center of the town.
Right.
Because here the Romans set a military fort. It expanded to a little fortress in the Middle Ages, and then it became the fortress, the
princely court.
Royal court,
The princely court. Yeah,
princely court of Moldavia. Today, this building, it's not the royal court. It has been very, very transformed. This was a very interesting construction of one of the greatest architects of Europe. His name is Berin Day, a Francophone, not an Anglophone. And of that palace, Bogdan will tell you the story.
So, before we enter, to expand a bit on the story, with the origin of the name of the city. So it is said that a Sarmatian population came here in ancient times, and the name of this population was Iasi. And also in the Sanskrit and Hindu languages, Iasi means good fame. Yeah. So I think that's where the name comes from. Yeah. After that, as Sorina said, the Emperor Trajan, the Roman Emperor Trajan, after he conquered the Dacia, the place in which the ancient place of the Romanian territory, he installed his guard here, making the settlement of Augustin. That's how it was called, because the position from a strategical standpoint was really good, because it was up on a hill around this area, and also we have a river near here around those parts called Bahlui. It means we think it means muddy river. This name, yeah, yeah, it is really muddy, especially now. But in the past, it was a great river, much bigger and navigable. You could sail boats on it, and that also came with some sort of commerce on the river, yeah, and. Those were really good strategic points for this settlement, and that's why the old princely court in medieval times was still kept here around this part, approximately, not exactly where this palace is now, but this area. So that's the reason why we're here and we're starting here. Yeah.
I want to say something. It is very interesting about the Roman foundation of this place. It was built conform. According the principles of Vitruvius. So you'll see a very large axis north-south, who's called Cardo. An east-west axis is called Decumanus. All the great Roman towns, towns around us, are constructed in this way. So when you read top of this tower, you see very well the Cardo, which is the longest axis of the town.
Right.
It's very interesting, and that goes up to the hills in the vineyards where we are going this afternoon.
Right. You say we, you're coming with me?
I am accompanying you.
Excellent.
And for that we have archaeological proof for the presence of the Romans. If you look closely at it, those squares were not really square, but if you look at them, we see that they are asymmetrical. So it's not really a symmetry if we look at it, because here is not the same as these parts. Well, this couldn't be a mistake, because they really put a lot of effort into making this palace.
He was an alchemist of the stone, of the architecture. So you'll see very often in the palais symbols that doesn't match with the function of this palais, which was a court, justice court. How it goes? Justice palace. Or the symbols doesn't match with that function. So what wanted he to say? Here you have the lys, the symbol of royalty, and this two squares. Yes. It's very mystical, finally. But we don't know exactly what he wanted to say. We'll see in the palace.
Yes. Troops settled here, and other Roman citizens coming to Dacia, they meddled with the population. And we think that's how the Romanian population actually
and
was born.
And that's why we are called Romanian.
Romanian.
Yeah, well,
yes.
We have a Latin-based language.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that is very strange, because we are surrounded by
Slavic
languages, by Ottomans, and still we are speaking a Latin language.
But yeah, of course, we have a lot of Slavic elements and
of course, influences.
And it depicts the coming to Moldova of the Tsar Peter the Great of Russia, the Emperor of Russia, of the Russian Empire. It's maybe its greatest ruler. He came here to Iași to meet with the Prince Dimitrie Cantemir, the Prince of Moldova at that time. Why is it so important? Well, besides such a personality coming, such a great ruler coming here, he came here because, as I told you, we were basically kind of ruled by the Ottomans, so we had to pay tribute to the Ottomans. We were controlled by the Ottomans on a lot of points. And Dimitrie Cantemir, the Prince of Moldova, was actually, he stayed in Constantinople for a lot of time. There he was held in high regard by the people in power there in the Ottoman Empire in Constantinople. He managed to get a lot of information, a lot of knowledge from a lot of books. But he also saw the decline of the Ottoman Empire. He noticed the decline of the Ottoman Empire. So he didn't want to be associated with the Ottoman Empire anymore. He didn't want to depend on it anymore. That's why he tried to make an alliance with Russia, with the Tsar of Russia, with Peter the Great. And he actually did make the alliance. Peter came here. Peter the Great came here. They made an alliance in 1711. And so when Russia and the Ottoman Empire had a battle, so they were at war, they had a battle in Moldova at Stănilești. The troops of the Moldavian troops who were on the side of the Ottomans changed sides during the battle and joined the Russian army. But the Russian and the Moldavians lost, actually, that battle. So Dimitrie Cantemir, the prince, went in exile in Russia. There he wrote a lot of important literary creations, books for the history of Romania in general, actually.
Dimitrie Cantemir is one of the last uomo universale of Europe, because he was a politician, he was a writer, he was a musician, he was a geographer, he was a historian.